Welcome to LANTITEPreps.com's lesson on statistics. Thank you for watching and let's begin. Statistics is a study of data. It helps us collect, analyze, summarize, and present it. Moving to a related topic, sampling is a collection of data from a part of the population. Specifically, there are 4 types of sampling, including random sample, systematic sample, stratified sample, and cluster sample. Now, let's go over each. In a random sample, individuals are selected purely by chance, ensuring every member of the population has an equal probability of being chosen. An example of this could be randomly selecting 10 students from a list of 100 students to participate in a survey. Moving on. A systematic sample involves selecting members from a population at regular intervals after choosing a random starting point. The example here is choosing every 4th person from a list of 200 names starting from a random point. Up next we have stratified sample, which involves dividing the population into distinct subgroups and then randomly selecting individuals from each subgroup proportionally. The example here would be dividing a school's population by grade level and randomly selecting students from each grade in proportion to the grade size. And the 4th sampling type is cluster sample, where the population is divided into clusters, and entire clusters are randomly selected for sampling. An example would be randomly selecting 2 classrooms out of 10 in a school and surveying all the students in those selected classrooms. Excellent job with the sampling section. Next, we're moving on to mean, median, and mode. Beginning with mean, which is the average of the numbers. What is the mean of 9, 15, and 12? Pause the video here to try this out and come back when you're ready to solve it. To solve this, we'll first add the numbers and find the sum of 36. Then divide by how many numbers there are. In this case, there are 3. So we take 36 divided by 3, which equals 12. And there you have it. The mean of 9, 15, and 12 is 12. Moving on. Now, let's have a refresher about median, which is the middle of a sorted list of numbers. Let's look at an example. Pause the video here to see if you can recall how to find the median of these 5 numbers. When you're ready, push play and let's find them together. Great. So the thing that's easy to forget when finding the median is that we first must put all the numbers in the ascending order. Notice here how we have reordered them from smallest to largest. Great. Then we simply pick out the number that is directly in the middle, which is 10. That's pretty simple. But what do we do if there is no one middle number? Pause the video here and see if you can remember how to solve to find the median for this example with 6 numbers. Great. So step 1 is to put the numbers in order. Then we find the middle 2 numbers, which in this case are 11 and 12. In step 3, we'll add the 2 middle numbers to find a sum of 23, and then we'll divide that sum by 2 because we use 2 numbers, and here we found our median of 11.5. Nice work. Let's now have a look at mode, which is the number that appears most often. Take a look at this set of numbers and see if you can remember how to find the mode. When you're ready, come back for the solution. Great. So first we need to arrange the numbers in smallest to largest order. Then we need to identify which numbers appear most frequently. This example shows that both 10 and 22 appear most. So this data set has 2 modes, which we call bimodal. Let's now move to the mean from a frequency table. We've learned that to find the mean, we simply add up all the numbers, then divide by how many numbers there are. However, on exam day, you might not be given a list of numbers, but instead, you may receive a frequency table, such like the one you see on the screen now. This reads, in a class, students were given a quiz and their scores were recorded in the following frequency table. Pause the video here and see if you can find the mean score of the quiz. When you're ready, we'll go through it together. Great. Let's continue. First things first, We're going to want to list the scores with their frequencies using multiplication. Refer back to the frequency table if needed, but notice that we are simply placing the score column data with the corresponding frequency column data. In step 2, we'll add the frequencies together to determine the total number of scores. Here we calculate a total frequency of 20. Next, we'll calculate the sum of all the products from the frequency table, as shown. And finally, we'll divide the sum by the total frequency to find the mean, which in this example comes to 4. First things first, we're going to want to multiply each score by its frequency. In step 2, we'll add the results together. Here, we will calculate a total frequency of 80. Next, we'll calculate the sum of all the frequencies to get the total number of observations, which turns out to be 20. And finally, we'll calculate the mean by dividing the sum by the total frequency, which in this example comes to 4. Make passing your LANTITE simple by giving yourself all the test prep you need in one place from LANTITEPrep.com. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next lesson.